like about the big GW super glue bottles. They're just too big. You can ruin models with them. It's all about how much pressure you use with them. And especially for a new kid or new people into the hobby, controlling a glue bottle is something that, you know, it's not easy to teach somebody. It's all a feel thing. So I find with these smaller tubes, you get a bit better feel. You don't waste as much. And even if you squirt this all out and ruin a model, you haven't wasted a $10 bottle of super glue. For a buck, you've wasted a 25-cent tube. So check it out. Go to the dollar store. See if you can find some. If not, I'm sure you can look around. They're everywhere. I've seen these in tons of dollar stores. Another thing I found at the dollar store is corkboard. Surprisingly cheap. $2. Says it right there. $2. I got two 1 foot by 1 foot sheets. These are great for building up rocky formations on bases, part of scenery, whatnot. They make great rock when primed black and dry brushed with multiple grays. They look amazing. So try that out as well. I'm actually using that stuff on a new project right now. That is a Chaos Blood Angel / Trader Legion. I can play them as both. And if you can look really closely, you can see there's the cork. I've actually painted it black and made it glossy like obsidian rock. My theme on these bases is a lava field. So obviously obsidian rock and fire. Goes along with the Hell Drake that I posted on Facebook before. So, other dollar store stuff I found some of the shrubbery that people use for fake flowers and stuff in their house can make really, really excellent trees, fauna for 40K terrain. So don't just limit yourself to buying stuff from GW products. You can find wicked alternatives at the dollar store. Another example are these display rocks. They, I think this was like $1.25 and like it's huge. The rocks in it are actually like pretty good size. They'd make great larger rocks for terrain. Not super huge like the big slate kits you can get from the basing kit from GW. I haven't found anything like that there. But these make great rock alternatives. Good idea to showing different levels and grades of terrain on your bases. Also, another thing I found there was I found that you can save a ton of money on larger paintbrushes. Now, we've all gone to GW and we've all bought brushes from GW that are pretty, you know, large tank brush or whatever you want to call them, large dry brush and shit like that. They can get quite expensive, and for someone new into the hobby, you can butcher those brushes real easily. So what I've done, instead of using those, not to say I butcher brushes, I'm a professional model painter here, people. I buy big dollar store brushes to save on money. They're great for doing large pieces of terrain, for doing tanks, whatnot. I'm not a huge airbrush guy. I like to hand paint a lot of my stuff, but on tanks and whatnot, I do airbrush to save time, and you get a better finish. But those bigger brushes will come in handy on terrain pieces, and you don't have to worry about ruining them because you've only spent maybe like $1 or $2 on them, so you can pick up a lot of them. Also, in regards to saving money and getting back on the glue, I know I'm talking hobby supplies and whatnot, is I don't use GW plastic glue. I don't use a lot of GW products, to be honest with you. Tamiya cement. Now, this is a plastic weld glue. I don't recommend it for a beginner into the hobby because, first off, this does melt plastic fairly quickly, and it's got a high adhesion rate, which is great. It works effectively and really quick. And to boot, it's got a brush in it. Now, I don't know if GW makes a product with a brush for plastic glue, but this is wicked for controlling the amount of glue you're going to use on your models. You're not going to end up with that squeeze the bottle and it goes all over your Space Marine, and all of a sudden with just a little bit of super glue, he's turned his back on the Emperor and gone Nurgle because he's melting. So yeah, check this out. It's $5. I got it at a hobby store here in town. I usually pick up more than one bottle, and I can do like about anywhere between 200 infantry to 300-400 infantry with one bottle, or like 15 to 20 tank kits. Like, this shit seems to last forever. I fucking swear by it. Literally. So those are some tips on saving money. Also, I find you can buy some dollar store paints, craft paints to do terrain as well. And when it comes to paints, for me, I'm a hardcore GW guy. I love my GW paints. One thing I do want to touch on, though, is I'm not happy with their new lid designs. What I find is that when you use these paints, let me open this up, in the back part of the lid here, down here, if you guys can see this, I find a lot of paint collects, and it does exactly what it did there. It just falls into this trap between where the lid opens, and it collects, and it causes an issue. It dries out. It drives me absolutely nuts. There was nothing wrong with your twist-off caps, guys. Nothing wrong. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's had a problem with this. It seems like a reoccurring theme with my paint. Yeah, I just licked my brush. It's a bad habit. Don't do it. I also use P3 paints. I do like them. They have a great coverage. They're great for opacity. I do swear by their Hammerfall khaki and their Jackbone for doing khaki colors. Way better than Commando khaki, if it's even called that anymore. So, try them out. Don't be afraid to try new things. Go take a journey to the dollar store, see what you can find that's hobby related. I'm sure you've heard this before. Now, touching on something going on with GW right now, they just released a bunch of brand new Dark Angels models. Now, before I dive into what I think of them, I do want to touch on their codexes. I have to say, I'm very, very impressed with their new codexes. Now, I know the price has gone up, but you got to remember, they've also upped the quality of the books. They're in a better color, they're in a better format. The color in the pages and the paper they use is absolutely flawless. Like, they've done a great job. And the hardcover, the book's going to last longer. I don't know about you guys, but I've gone through like 4 of these where the pages literally have fallen out of the new GW books, especially the Space Marine one. I think I've had, look, right here, pages fall out. It happens all the time. The old books, shit. New books, great. So, if you guys really want to, go out, pick one up, check them out. They're really, really good. I'm not big on buying codexes. I like to download them. I can remember it all, most of it. So, I do download the codexes. So, try them out. But another thing is with the GW books, don't just limit yourself to buying the codex you're into. Always check out a new army or something like that. Broaden your horizons when it comes to the hobby. Just because you're not really into Tyranids or you're not really into Necrons or something, don't stop yourself from flipping through that codex. You might find something you like. It might inspire you to start a new army. So, touching on the Dark Angel models. I'm not a huge fan of Dark Angels. I never have been. They are a pretty badass chapter. There's a lot going on. We can play bikes, play all Terminators. There's a lot of variety there. But talking on the new kits, their new land speeder, I don't know who the fuck designed this model, but putting that cockpit gunner guy at the front who looks like he's been squeezed into a ball and stuck in a hole to fire a gun, it just doesn't look right to me. They could have designed it better. Also, the force generator grab field thing around the front, they could have wrapped it around the front of the model. I think it would have given it a better look. Their new flyer, haven't really got a chance to take a look at it or have my hands on it. It does look pretty cool. It just looks like they did something crazy to a Storm Talon. Nothing substantial. One thing I am impressed with the new kits though on is the new Belial model. I think they did a fantastic sculpt on it. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that you're only limited to the options that they gave you to equip him with. The sword and the bolter. Like, fuck guys, get it together. It comes with, you can put him, give him lightning claws. Why would you include both weapon upgrades with them? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Or they're going to release the upgrade pack and charge you guys more money for the model. Totally a GW move. Dicks. Anyways, Dark Angel models, they're pretty cool. I like them. I really won't be buying any of them. That doesn't interest me at all. I like to build my own stuff. I like unique. I don't like to go with the flow of 40k, so I'm always converting things. Something I'll show you real quick as I duck down. Go down here. Oh, see? There's nobody there, just a window. I slowly bought a Storm Raven in pieces off of eBay. I actually saved $60. Suckers. By buying it. Why? Because I didn't have to buy the back half of the model because I didn't want it. Why? Because if you can see, I've actually built a whole new body for it, a whole shell. I've actually given it the look of a Storm Eagle, which is a way better looking model. I wish they had done the Storm Raven in this fashion. I also flattened out the wings. I haven't really done anything crazy, didn't add any bits. I just cut it in certain spots and just re-glued it. Used a tail fin, gave it a different look, gave it multi-meltas. Now the thing with this model is, I was smart when I built it. I put mags in the wings so that I can give it the las cannons and the same equipment that the Storm Eagle has, and I also have it so that it has the exact same equipment as a Storm Raven has. So I can play it as either one or the other. I have that option. And this is what I'm talking, this is something that most people should get into when they're building their models, is give your models versatility. Don't just think that just because it says Storm Raven on the box that you have to build it like that and play it as that. You can convert it, and a lot of people out there are very open to the idea of letting you convert a model and play it as something else. none of my friends have ever said you can't play this as a Storm Eagle. The thing fucking looks like it. So I'm allowed to. So it's pretty cool, and I can play it as a Storm Raven. It works both ways. So don't ever just... Try magnets. Try using magnets in your models. Try converting stuff off, giving it multi-purposes. I know that's not an easy thing to do. You can't really do it with a draw pod. But there's a lot of things you can do it with. Like this, a lot of the flyers. Or even my Helidrake conversion. Like, it doesn't play as something else, but it looks really, really cool. So, I'm gonna close up. I'm gonna say this is the end here and everything. I think I've done enough talking about 40K for now. Well, actually... One thing that I do want to mention, though, there's a 40K group having a competition. Make sure you enter your models. Who knows? I might give away a prize. I don't know yet. But I want to thank you guys all for tuning in and lasting this long. It's been a long video. For all you 40K nerds out there, may the Emperor protect you, or may the Chaos Gods feed you blood. And have fun, people. Stay safe. Keep it real, enjoy your hobby, and never ever let somebody tell you that you're a loser, or that you're dumb, or you're stupid because you play 40K. It's something you love, and don't ever let anybody tell you that something you do and something that you love is stupid. Do what makes you happy. Who cares what they think? If you enjoy your hobby and they label you as a nerd or a geek or whatever, well, fuck them. You enjoy doing it, and that's all that matters. And until next Friday, people... Cut up your models, hack your shit up, come up with something new, build an army, get out there and play the game you love, Warhammer 40,000. Have a good one, guys. Till next time. Woo!